Alright, welcome back everyone. Tonight in the Sunday Spotlight, it's Touhou Luna Nights. A fun little side-scroller set in a franchise which, for many of you, will need no introduction. Now, the main games are a bunch of bullet hell shoot-'em-ups, with the first of which was back in, I want to say like 96 or 97 maybe. It's been running for a while. Pretty much a one-man effort, care of the developer Zun. It's all about magical girls fighting in the fantasy world of Gensokyo, which is kind of this weird little parallel world of ours. Parallel world to ours, I should say. The game sets some of the context, but unusually for such a large franchise, a ton of it is fan-driven. There are elements of characterization and plot and official materials and such, but basically the fans took the cast and ran with it, proving once and for all that all you need to make something successful is a bunch of cute girls fighting each other. Anyway, this game in particular centers on one Sakuya Izuyoi, head maid at Scarlet Devil Mansion, and for obvious reasons, one of my favorite characters in the franchise. Long story short, head of the mansion, one Remilia Scarlet, a vampire and recurring villain, it's complicated. Fights in Gensokyo are usually resolved by flashy but non-lethal magical duels, and a lot of the characters take turns being both playable and the enemy depending on the game. But I getting sidetracked here. Anyway, Remilia is more than a bit twisted, and she's going to make her employee fight through some weird pocket dimension for her amusement. There's a bit more to it than that, but that's about all the story we get at the start. Let's get into it. Rule 34 bait, exactly. So yeah, that's Remilia there. She's up to no good. The time has finally come. Now my world will begin. Are you ready, Sakuya? Oh, we are ready. Exactly, it's all just Danmaku fights. It's basically just, who are you playing this game? And most of the time, the characters treat it like you're just smacking them with a rolled-up newspaper. Where am I? Did it not update? Hang on a second. I swear I changed that. Hang on. Alright, let's see if it sticks this time. There we go. Alright, back to it. This is later Emilia's voice. What do you mean by space? This is a magic space I made based on Gensokyo. It's exactly the same as the real thing. But even the weather is the same. Patch didn't have to go that far. Metroidvania, yeah, basically. This isn't Gensokyo? That's right. Overcome the various tests I've prepared and make your way to where I wait. This is another elaborate game you've created, Lady Remilia. Isn't it wonderful? Oh yes, I put a limit on your powers as well. A limit? You mean my power to stop time? Of course. A new game isn't fun if you're already powerful. You shouldn't be able to use your powers very well now. Oh, that might be it, yeah. That's all, Sakuya. Entertain me. Looks like this won't be a straightforward game. Well, you say that. Now, a quick note. Sadly, the settings are fairly rudimentary, so if I need to make any adjustments to volume, that has to be done basically out of game. Bit obnoxious there, but let me know if you have any trouble hearing me. In fact, I am going to make a slight adjustment. It's a bit of a crime to turn the music down, and honestly, this game has a great soundtrack, as Touhou games tend to, but I need to be able to make sure I can hear myself. But anyway, yeah, Sakuya's main gimmick is the ability to control time, and she uses this in conjunction with her knives to basically pull a Dio Brando on anybody dumb enough to go after her mistress. Now, in true Metroidvania fashion, she's robbed of most of her abilities at the start of the game, and we get them back as we go. So yeah, for the moment we can't actually stop time, but we can slow it to a crawl. We get bullet time here. Not for very long, usually enough to dodge some attacks and such. Is the volume still pretty loud? Hang on a second. So anyway, yeah, a central gameplay element is stopping or slowing time to fight your way through, and you get more and more inventive ways to use that in conjunction with your knives and other gadgets. For instance, we got this little turny wheel thing here. We use bullet time to get through in a hurry. And some characters flying around in a mech. That's concerning. Aha. So yeah. There's the main cast of characters are the other inhabitants of Scarlet Devil Mansion, where Sakuya works. Obviously, we'll be dealing with Remilia later on. Other inhabitants like Hong Mei Ling and Patchouli are there as well, and a few other surprises too. So, like I said, a lot of Touhou is fan-driven. There's a degree of canon based on the original games and other things that Zun's put out, but there's quite a bit of leeway. This is actually made by an independent developer. I forget the name. I think it was like Studio Ladybug. Anyway, yes, we've encountered another character. What are you doing in a place like this? There's no particular reason. I'm tired, so I'm resting. Something feels off. She must be an imposter Lady Remilia's space created. It must be fate we met here. If you would like, shall I make a record? Oh, right, your specialty is keeping records. I don't know what will happen, so can you do me a favor? This is just kind of introducing how save points work. Green box over there. Please try it. Yeah, a thing about Gensokyo is that since it runs parallel to the modern world, it has some aspects of it, but not entirely. It's sort of time-locked in this weird alternate dimension, where they have some elements of modernity, but most of the stuff runs on magic. There are a few characters that are a little more technically savvy, and they have some exposure to the outside world, but most of it's just an excuse to have a bunch of cute girls fighting. And, you know, what else do you really need in a game? Now, a quick element in gameplay here, and a recurring series element is this system called Graze, where if you get close to an enemy, you actually get some of your health and magic back. Now, that's not really applicable in a lot of the bullet hell cases, but you are incentivized for making close calls, and you can see here, if I use the slow down time function, I can safely get close enough to drain magic and health from those enemies, and that's a quick way to recharge in the field. And that's important because, as you can see, throwing knives costs me magic, so I'm sort of limited in how long and how many knives I can throw. It does slowly come back up, but you'll frequently need to recharge in the field, and that means getting close enough to enemies. Now, we've got an obstacle here that I don't think I can slow time my way past. Well, actually I can. Here we go. Alright. Yeah, we'll have to be a little careful here. So yeah, some things... Right, it's mostly just for score, that makes sense. Oop. Fortunately, we're about to get an important gadget back. Actually, hang on a second, I'm going to turn off notifications here. As you saw, there weren't a lot of settings, so... There's basically locked at the resolution you're in, and, not a lot of other things to control. Alright, yeah, so Notori's rolling around in a mech. She seems to be part of this weird pocket dimension. Her role in it is not exactly clear yet. She's flight testing this while doing some business. What do you think about this watch? Aha! I already have a favorite watch, I don't need another one. You should take it. You can't use your power right now, right? How do you know? If you use this, you can control your power to stop time. So yeah, we're about to get one of her major powers back. Now, if I recall right, she doesn't, strictly speaking, need her stopwatch to actually control time. It's kind of just like a focus piece that helps her control it more precisely or something. But anyway, yes, now we can actually stop time. It's not to the full extent, but there's nothing I can do. It's no independent tool, but I guess I have to use this for now. So yeah. Lasts for about 100 seconds, and obviously it's upgradable over the course of the story. One interesting detail, while your time is stopped, throwing knives costs you time, but not magic. And as you see, there's a counter overhead that limits the number of knives she can throw in stop time. So you have to alternate between these two, throwing knives with your magic and throwing knives with your time. So you're frequently balancing these two meters as you progress. And also you notice you can actually recover your knives as you proceed, and that provides a quick boost to your magic as well. Or you can just hit one of these fancy vending machines, and that instantly refills your health and magic to full. Anyway, let's continue. So now we can stop time, we can actually start solving some puzzles and deal with enemies in other ways. Now, while time is stopped, your graze range is improved, but you do not get health back for that. So it's a good way to quickly get your magic back if you're running low. Freeze time, get sort of close to your enemies, drain them, and then resume. So it's actually kind of a nice balance between using different means of attack, or using different resources for the same basic attack. So let's get through here, carry onward. Past the demon cats. Oop. There, that. Apologies, kitties. They're in the way. Open up a secret area. Ah, an MP gauge. Excellent. Upgrade. Excellent. So yeah, like a lot of the games, there's not a lot of context given. It's mostly just an excuse to have these characters fight in various exotic ways. But the whole point is that these fights aren't really lethal in any sense. They're certainly very powerful beings, they could probably destroy each other, but most of the time these aren't fights to the death. They're sort of strictly regulated, and it's about essentially proving a point. Bathtub here. Yeah, so another interesting gameplay element. If you freeze time, water becomes solid and traversable. But if you're in water at the time, you freeze with it. Yeah, basically. Yeah, they're not cats in the usual sense. Everything here is some kind of weird demon creature. So yeah. Freeze time, water becomes a solid object you can run on. And you know, that also applies to when you jump in and out of water. It actually creates like splash zones and such. And in a nice little detail, it actually raises or lowers the level of the, raises or lowers the surface of the water. Alright. Low on that. Oop. That door is locked, can't get through it yet. Give me your magic. Down we go. I probably should have grabbed those knives. Now, thankfully, they are persistent if you go back for them. Oh, shit. Ow. Now, things can still hurt you if you walk into them while time is frozen. And some enemies actually can only move while time is frozen or move in reverse, or some obstacles like work differently when your time is frozen. So they play a lot with this same handful of gimmicks. And while you're basically doing the same thing for most of the game, they come up with inventive little ways to mix up the core gameplay. Now, we've got a warp point here. First we've unlocked, and that'll help us get between the different zones hastily. Right, yeah. When you collect the knives that miss, you can quickly get your magic back. It's not enough to refund the cost of it, but it can help you in a pinch if you're throwing a lot around. Alright. Yep. Coke machine, don't mind if I do. Apparently, it's possible to knock these into the trash can, but I haven't figured out how to do that. I think you need to... There's probably like some special move you do that punts the can somehow. Anyway, onward we go. So yeah, here's a slight dilemma. We've got a waterfall right there at a solid surface, so we need to get past the waterfall, freeze time to make water solid, which briefly exposed the fish, which hurt us, then unfreeze. And so on. So this first level is just teaching you about the various ways that your time stopping works, the rules and restrictions involved. Now, there's some light platforming elements that get a bit more complex as you go. The ability to stop time definitely helps in that regard, but they find ways to make it... They find ways to complicate things in other matters, usually by throwing enemies at you. Again, some that only move when the time is stopped, or ignore your time stop altogether. So even though being able to stop time is a pretty huge advantage, in Gensokyo it basically just puts her on par with all the other inhabitants. It basically lets her fight fair. Now, there's a thing up there we can't actually get to. Later on we'll get an ability that lets us jump on our own knives as a floating platform, but at the moment we can't do that. Sadly, not in this game. I know that there are other costumes for different characters in, various other material, both official and fan-made. Ow. Whatever the hell you are, please die. Sadly, there are no alternate costumes to unlock in here, which is kind of a shame. It is ultimately a fairly straightforward what you see is what you get game. When you complete it, there's just an extra bonus stage with a true final boss, a bit more plot, and boss rush mode. But it is very much the kind of game that once you beat it, you've basically seen all there is to see. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's ultimately plays pretty well. It's obviously really well animated. The color palette is very pleasing to look at. Everything is impactful and has a lot of character to it. And they do a reasonable job integrating it with what passes for canon in the Touhou universe, while giving the developers... Ah, fuck! while giving the developers free reign to experiment a little bit. So yeah, it's mostly just an excuse to have a fun time-stopping adventure, but it's a well-constructed. It's well-constructed as Metroidvanias go. Anyway, up we go. Come here, you. Yeah, truth be known, I haven't actually played that many. I played, God, I'm trying to remember which one. It was either Imperishable Knight or Embodiment of Scarlet Devil. It was a long time ago, and I remember being not terribly good at it. Oh, shit. Yeah, see? Because I froze time there, I got stuck in the water. So, hold it up there, and here we go. Alright, we got knife shoes. Hell yeah, so now she can dash under stuff, which is important because we need to stand down here to hit the switch in the water, jump out of the water, and dash through. Nice. It's not terribly useful as an offensive maneuver. It does damage, but it also puts you in direct contact with enemies, so it's kind of difficult to use that way. It's mostly just to squeeze through tight passages. But some of the other things you get are a little more useful. The same one that lets you create knife platforms in midair also throws knives downward when you jump. So it's possible to jump over enemies and then do damage to them. There we go. Now, if I remember right, it's actually possible to graze enemies twice, where if I do this... Yeah, you can graze them in regular time or in slowed time, then freeze time and do it again to get a double boost off of them. And if you're running low. So now, with the knife shoes, I believe there was an obstacle back in the mansion we could not get through without them. So let's head back. Actually, am I going the right way? Oop. There we go. And a little map there. Right, that's the save point. I will take that. And yeah, it's... Touhou is one of those things... I keep... Honestly, I had to look up how to pronounce it. The most consistent pronunciation I keep hearing is Touhou, but I've heard it pronounced Touhou and other variations as well. And yeah, I think like a lot of fans, I basically just interact with the characters and the fandom around it. I do want to give some of the shoot 'em ups a proper try. That of them older and presumably more experienced, but man, some of those bullet mazes just look psychotically complicated. Oh. Alright, let's do this then. There we go. Yeah, like I looked up some videos of Perfect Cherry Blossom, and it looks like fucking witchcraft how some of them perform pixel-perfect dodging. And the thing is, your model isn't necessarily representative of your hitbox. You're often much harder to hit than it looks, and that takes some getting used to. Oop. Okay, there we go. If I recall right. Okay, back this way, yes. On we go. We're a bit low there, that's okay. That's what these guys are for. That's it. Give me your health. That'll actually be an important element in boss fights, too. Frequently, you'll run out of either time or magic while fighting someone, and you'll have to find ways to recharge during the fight, usually by closely dodging their projectiles. Okay, so Notori installed the phone. Is the clock working? Yes, it's very useful. I'm glad to hear that. By the way, the store is ready, so come by when you have some time. What? I said I had some things that might be helpful, so come shop at my store. I gave you that clock, right? I don't have any money, though. You have jewels. I'll buy them from you. Jewels? Oh, the ones I picked up on the road. Those are precious resources. They have a lot of value. Right. So the jewels are the currency. You'll note, however, they are not gold. They're sort of counted separately. You can see the counters here on their menu screen. We'll trade them in for money. It'll become kind of a plot point later how many we actually sell to the store. Yay, leveled up. So yeah, here's something we can get through with our knife shoes. Where is the store? I think it's back this way, yes. I will run back and engage in some commerce. Exactly where. Thank you. That is rather handy to just hit the pause button, dash through, dab on everyone, and just move right to the next room. Oop. Sadly, I won't get the double jump for some time. That is... Okay, I've already been here. Right. Okay, that's the door I'm thinking of. Ah, shit! Okay, ow. Okay. Okay. Back this way to the store thingy. Pardonnez-moi. I actually kind of like the little detail that even though Sakuya is basically the only human member of the household, and they sort of treat her accordingly. She's not quite... what's the word I'm looking for? Like, she's unfailingly loyal to her mistress, and uses her time manipulation stuff to basically do her chores quickly. So it's not just for combat purposes, she's also literally just... She's the only maid the mansion needs. She's just that good at it. Anyway, Notori's got some shop stuff for us. Alright, we'll sell our jewels. And we'll buy some stuff. So yeah, here's where you buy various upgrades. You can buy items that can restore your health, magic, time. This is handy. This basically lets you get a visit to the shop in the field. And it also stops gameplay, so if you can't get into a dire situation, you can quickly upgrade, restore yourself, and so on. But basically buy yourself breathing room even in the middle of a boss fight. Sadly, I can't actually afford the upgrade, so we'll have to leave it at that. Alright, and back to it. Oh, right. It was back this way I was looking for. That's it. Ah, the stun knife. Excellent. So yeah, our first proper ability here. Handy against some of the beefier enemies. Now, it draws from the same pool as your basic attack, so again, it's something you sort of have to monitor very carefully when you're running through the mansion. You can very quickly run out of energy and have to improvise your way to get way to either get forward or defeat whatever it is that's bothering you. But yeah, frequently what you'll do is stop time, lean on your time gauge, and throw knives for a while, since that actually recovers a fair bit quicker than your magic. Alright, we're charged up. Go right ahead. Here we go. Alright, forward. Yeah, we need a lot of charge there. Thank you. Oh, I see you. I think I gotta jump on this platform here. So yeah, usually secrets will be fairly obvious. A chunk of wall you can destroy. Or if you see on the map, you'll be able to see that there's an adjoining room. Though in this case, it's a solid wall, so not a bad idea to feel your way around if you think you need something. Ah, auto-aim. Nice. Essentially, this deploys 2 knife drones that just throw a whole bunch of knives at the enemy. Ah, that's good stuff. Alright. There's the red key. Okay. But yeah, I kind of like the detail that Sakuya for all her ability to manipulate time, is still fundamentally human. And in contrast to even the other human members of the cast, she doesn't really have any magical powers per se. She basically just uses her time, her time control in conjunction with her knives to fight on an even keel with everybody else. And it's basically, it's basically necessary. Because without it, she's, need to recover MP, no problem. That's what time is for. Without it, she's still fairly squishy. And a lot of the fights in this game sort of reflect that, and that enemies tend to have a pretty sizable health bar, and a lot of fights are about dodging, refilling yourself with graves as much as you need to, and just whittling them down. In fact, I think we're coming up in the first one shortly. Give me that charge. Unfortunately not with my basic knives, no. That one I do remember. I need something else to bust the crate open. There we go. Alright. How are you? Vittori, what is it this time? I forgot to tell you this, but I installed a vending machine. Did you notice? A vending machine? I improved a vending machine that fell through from a parallel universe. You can drink some delicious juice. Ah yes, some legally distinct caffeinated juice, I'm sure. It's perfect recovering strength and magic. Try it. Throw out the empty cans. Yeah, there's some way to punt them into the garbage cans right there. I'm just not sure how you do that. Alright. So yeah, we're up to our first boss fight here. Ah yes, Hong Mei Ling. Chinese girl, gatekeeper to Scarlet Devil Mansion, often shipped with Sakuya and our current nemesis. I won't let you take one step further. Yeah, this girl is peak China. Alright, so she is actually real. She got pulled into this mess alongside us, and because we're depowered, she's actually going to be a credible threat. Normally, she's, like, comparatively weak compared to the rest of the inhabitants, but more than enough to give us... She's got more than enough power to give us trouble now. So let's, So yeah, she'll throw some projectiles at us, dart around. It's a pretty basic fight. But as I said, she's gotten enough health that we will have to refill during the fight, so we'll have to graze a couple times for projectiles. And recharge. Shit. Yeah, I'm kind of getting my ass kicked here. I'm actually more used to having the later move set, which, I go to double jump, it's not actually there. Yeah, she's also frequently shipped with Vermilia. And, it's Touhou. Everybody gets shipped with everybody at some point, because why the hell wouldn't you? That's basically the appeal of the franchise. Yeah, it's the reason Kansai Collection took off in basically every gacha game since. Shit. And got her halfway down. There's only one difficulty setting so far as I know, so the only option to proceed is get good. And honestly, it's not that difficult. You basically just need to learn attack patterns. And a nice little touch, you don't have to go through the cutscene every time you retry, and you will retry a few times while you're getting the hang of it, while you're getting the hang of the controls. There we go. Damn. Part of the problem is that Hall of Mirrors effect on her is a bit misleading about where she actually is. Yeah. Abilities, rather handily, do not deplete your magic while time is frozen, but use your time instead. However, they also count against your knife pool, so you frequently need to stop time and then restart it in order to get a fresh set of knives to work with. Alright, we're going to need to recharge here, so let's bait her into attacking. Easy does it. Here we go. Ah, fuck. Alright, I probably should buy some healing stuff. I'll give it one more try, and then we'll cheese it a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately, she's got a shield, so not always advisable to attack head-on. Yeah, usually a good strategy is to do an opening salvo with time frozen, then start launching regular attacks, and wear down from there. Damn! Alright. Give. Ow! Man. Damn, Mei-Ling, I thought we had something here. Oh shit, I'm actually frozen because of the water splash. Nice. Like I said, there's a lot of nice little attention to detail in this, and a lot of consistency in how the mechanics and the structure of the world work. And it comes together in ways you might not necessarily expect. So even though the... Oh. There we go. So even though the overall formula is pretty straightforward as far as Metroidvanias go, it has a distinct feel to it that still makes it feel like a credible Touhou game. Like, the later boss fights do feel like a 2D... Well, you know, the shooters are technically 2D as well, but a Metroidvania-style take on a bullet hell shooter. Alright. Shit! Ow! Okay, yep, she's got a Hadouken. Alright, easy does it. You can actually charge up the slow time while time is frozen, which makes it a handy way to get a breather, especially if you need a mid-fight recharge. So, there we go. Nice. Oh. Cheeky. Very cheeky. Alright, easy does it. Almost got her, but she's almost got us. There we go. Nice. Oh, hell. Oof, close one. Almost. I think we got her. Yes! Third time's a charm. You lose, Mei-Ling. How frustrating. Let me pass. It can't be helped. But Sakuya, I don't know if this will be any of it. I don't know if this will be of any advice, but I'm not your only enemy. So please be careful. There we go. Not your only enemy. That Mei-Ling was the real Mei-Ling. Lady Vermilia really likes complicated games. Alright. Head back, hit the save points, charge up, and continue. Alright. On to the next part of the mansion. Made in the pocket watch of blood. There's Mandragora in the area. Ah. So yeah, we got some sneaky boys here. Alright, so we're starting to see some more obstacles here. If I recall right, they'll start introducing stuff that either resists or plays oddly with time stop. Easy does it, easy does it. Nice. Perspective can be a bit tricky in here since you can't actually climb stairs and such, but it can sometimes look like a solid platform is there when it's not. Ow. Little bastard. Ah, another save point. Thank you. They are, yes. I'm not actually... This gets into the whole thing about how the overall looseness of Touhou canon. I'm not sure how accurate any of this is to whether So whether Scarlet Devil Mansion has these sorts of creatures running around, obviously we're in a pocket dimension, so that excuses some of it. But I'm not sure if any of this should be expected in the real version of the mansion. Yeah, exactly. And you know, you'll see them manning various other gun turrets and such. Some of them actually have old-timey cameras with which they can stop you in time, and that sort of makes them priority targets. Unfortunately, the ones manning turrets are stationary, so if you can get behind them, not a problem. Yeah. The puns practically write themselves. Oh. Alright, I believe... here we go. Warp point. Excellent. So yeah, if you wanted to, and we will eventually need to, jump back, you can quickly do so by the warp points. As you get various other means of traversal, you'll have excuses. You'll have the ability to further explore areas you couldn't before. Like I said, pretty straightforward Metroidvania stuff. But I've nothing against the simple concept done well. Oop. Yeah, they're just sort of the riff-raff of Gensokyo. They don't really need a reason to be anywhere, they just kind of are. Oop. That's what I was gonna do. Knife storm, baby! Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me that caffeine juice. Fuck yeah! Exactly, yeah, they're pests. Destroy as many of them as you please. Vermilio certainly doesn't care, and neither will we. Oop. Give me them knives. Oop. If you come into contact with red mist, you'll be unable to control time. The ability to return as time passes. Alright. So, I see. We've got some hazards here. Easy does it. I think that also affects you while time is stopped. Yeah, time paralyzed. There we go. So, let's do this. There we go. Damn. Alright. We'll have to actually navigate this properly. Take a sip of coffee there. And oopsie daisy. Ah, shit. I see your game. So yeah, they come up with creative ways to mix your various gadgets and means of getting around. Oop. Ah, shit. And as games in the genre go, it's a pretty solid execution of the concept. There aren't a lot of things I can really criticize. Like I said, once you've beaten the game, you're basically done with it. There's not a lot of replay value, but overall it's a pretty solidly designed title. And it just looks and feels nice in motion. Everything's impactful. Your movement set is simple, straightforward, and easy to pull off in a hurry. Pretty sure those things fall on us. Easy does it. Yeah, I thought so. Sneaky, sneaky. The fairies are undoubtedly responsible. We will come up with a solution for them in due time. Gotta recharge my magic here. I'm running on dry. Yeah. There we go. That's better. Alright, what's up with this ominously long hallway. Ow! I walked right into that, too. Motherfucker. Hey, there's the double jump knife. Outstanding. Much better. Much better. Alright. If I remember right, I don't think that lets us jump on them just yet. Yeah, you can see the knives freeze in midair while time is stopped. Eventually, they become solid platforms you can jump on, but not yet. However, double jump's still very useful, as it tends to be in this game. In the, Fuck! Death by falling chandelier. Yeah, that feels on brand. Alright. Oh, that's right. I hit the save point on the way back. Never mind. Shows where my head's at. Distracted by thoughts of cute maids. It happens. Anyway. There we go. Nice and nice. See, does it? That's it. Give me them pink blobs. Agreed, beggar. Say what you will about Japan, they know how to market a product. Ah, shit. Ow. That's something you gotta watch for. Freezing time freezes projectiles where they are, and they can actually lock you. They can actually do damage again before your iframes wear off. So you need to be kind of careful when you are freezing time and... Oh, shit. Oh, cool. I've never actually tried that before. Apparently, if you spam your slide kick ability, that works fairly well. Learn something new every day. Honestly, it's easier than it looks. It takes some getting used to, combining your ability to slow and stop time, which enemies each skill set works best against, and the various items in your inventory. But once you get the hang of that, it's honestly a pretty intuitive moveset. I don't remember having any problems with the actual gameplay of it. It was mostly just learning shits. Mostly just learning boss attack patterns. Alright, we'll have to let time recharge here. Yeah, but overall, it's a pretty strongly designed game on just a presentational level. Like I said, it's really easy. It's really easy in the eyes. The music is great. Nothing to complain about the controls. Oh, shit. And like I said, I'm coming at this from the perspective of someone who is absolutely dog shit at the bullet hell games. And I do want to... I've said this already, but I do want to go back and give them an honest try and see if I can demystify them a little bit. I find I tend to have an appreciation for things on a mechanical level as I get older. That's the thing you gotta watch for, is that you essentially have an ammo counter in your magic and your time, and you need to manage that carefully as you proceed. Oh, shit. That can definitely throw me for a loop, and oh, shit. Sneaky little thing. Those things dodge your attacks in regular time, so you literally... What the fuck was even that? Oh! Cannon! You little bastard. Come here. But yeah. I mean, you know me. My usual means of getting through most games is just button mash and hope for the best. And that actually can work against you in a bad way if you're just constantly spamming your basic attacks. And, you know, given the damage that some enemies take, that's absolutely necessary. But the big thing isn't so much conserving your ammunition as it is refueling your ammunition. Because Graze is such an integral part of the gameplay. Anyway, let's see. Right, I can go that way. Actually, I can head back to that first part of the mansion. Because that is down and to the left. There, we'll do this. Give, give, give! Ah, yes, hoover it all up. Yeah, that's something that definitely takes some getting used to, and that's probably the thing that makes this both feel like a proper entry into the franchise, even though, like I said, it's basically a fan game, and also like its own unique take on. I hate to keep using Metroidvania, but I don't know what else you'd call the genre. Just like 2D side-scrolling adventure. What am I looking for? Yeah, it's like calling games Souls-like. You don't really want to simplify games to that degree, but at the same time, it's so ubiquitous. If you use it, people understand what you mean, broadly speaking. Nice little bonus is that because these things refuel your time, you can actually keep your timer going much longer than intended. So it's a good way to quickly recover ground, or to quickly cross old areas. Nice, level up. Pretty much, yeah. Hi, Hyper Vanilla, nice to meet you. Nice to have you here. Yeah, like I was... It is the actual genre, okay. Oh. These boys are pretty burly. Thanks for our call, right? I think these guys can actually take more damage than I can put out, so we'll pause for a second. Actually... There we go, alright. Now, what be up here? Ooh, more knives. Ah, excellent. So this is a static upgrade to the number of knives you can throw while time is stopped. You're still limited by your overall time gauge, but you can... I think that's actually teleport to the bonus dungeon, so that won't be available for quite some time. But yeah, you're still limited by your time gauge, but now we can throw more knives overall on a single time stop. So I think the next boss isn't... Oh, shit. Right, mandrakes. Let's do this. Let's see, does it? It is to some advantage to stop and kill everything you get, because obviously that gets experience, that gets you gems and such. But in my experience, not so much that you need to make a concerted effort to grind. I found basically just going through the levels normally in search of secrets without having to stop and constantly hunt for more enemies and more money usually didn't leave me underpowered for anything. I didn't feel like there wasn't anything I couldn't kill if I didn't be careful, basically. Right. Oopsie daisy. Ow! Fuck. Okay, that was mean. Easy does it. Shit! Ow! Fuck. Okay. We're gonna need to recharge here. Situation not ideal. Alright. There we go. See if we can let the little... Ah! Cheeky little bastards. Alright. Give me your health. Thank you. Ah, fuck. No. Hate those little things. Screw. Fuck! Let's see, where did I leave off? Actually, not too far back. Give it one more try. It won't be the only thing I show from this. I'll actually jump ahead and show the bonus boss once you've got all the abilities and such. Because that's actually kind of a pretty fun fight. It's mechanically involved, but it's flashy and it feels like it feels like a proper Danmaku battle, basically. Just the sheer number of projectiles flying around. It also makes it possible to rapidly regenerate, just because if you're dodging carefully, you can refill damage about as quickly as it's done. Alright, so... up this way... I see, you little shit. Give me your... There we go. So does it. And... ah! Oh! Skeleton dudes hit deceptively hard. Ah, here we go. So yeah, now these continue to move while time is stopped. So a part of what we'll have to do going forward is to manage these things in conjunction with the traps that don't move. And we'll eventually start seeing enemies by that restriction as well. Enemies you can't freeze, and thus have to deal with by other means. So, forward we go. Little detail you might have noticed is that time actually runs... Your time gauge speeds up if you're moving, but runs slowly if you're not. And now that's actually a factor because we have things that can move while we're frozen. So it helps if you can stay on a so if you need to get a platform in sync, if you stay perfectly still, it'll give you more time to work with. Alright. Right, these little things. Yeah, here we go. Easy does it. Nice, nice. There we go. Now we just quietly get past the spinning blade. Deal with these guys. Ah, damn it, ow. Hey, secret area. Ooh, the chainsaw. This is fun. Now, somewhat incongruous with the rest of Sakuya's arsenal, the chainsaw lets us do something most of her knife tricks can't. Attack on a not directly angular plane. She throws it up in kind of a hook, and this lets her hit enemies she otherwise couldn't reach, including stuff that's through platforms. So if we jump up here... Hey, Kirby! Damn. Now it is limited by the screen position, so yeah, you do need to be in sight of your enemy to hit them with the chainsaw, but it's still a handy gizmo. How's it going tonight? I think the next boss is coming up. There we go. Hey, you, the maid. Freeze or I'll shoot. That voice. Uh-oh. Oh, shit, it's Marissa. Looks like you're having fun. Let me join in. Before I let you join, can I ask why you're here? Oh, thanks, Kirby. Don't mind if I do. Came to borrow a book from the library, and I heard Remilia was busy playing, so I'm breaking in instead. Don't worry, Remilia gave me permission. Yeah, I'll bet she did. Yeah, later, Remilia. She has a big heart for letting a thief like you break in. How rude of me to call me a thief. I just borrow things permanently. She did steal the precious thing. Good timing. I'll finish you off here. Roommate and toddler had mental breakdowns. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it sounds like a rough day. Good night to take it easy. Alright. Oh, shit. Alright. She's more of a problem because she can drop that time-stop neutralization gas, the red mist. I don't know if there's a name for it besides that. Ow. Yep. Managing any kid is a job and a half, but toddlers especially so. I felt so bad for my sister, for my sister and her husband when Ben was was not even a year old yet, because he was a very fussy child, and every time we saw them, you could just tell that as much as they loved him, he could also be very exhausting to deal with. And I feel for any new parent still getting used to the complexities of dealing with another human being. Alright, easy does it. Ah! Ah, fuck. Right, I gotta be careful when she darts by. Not a lot of room to react. Alright, easy does it. Need to get her close enough for a graze. Oh, shit. I think you see the trick here. Nice! Not many do. I mean, you know, the open secret is nothing in this world can prepare you for a child. Like, even based on conversations with various parents that I've known, there's just no challenge like it. They're going to throw things at you cannot possibly prepare for, and the best you can do is learn by example. Ben is 4. He will be 5 this year. Hey, yeah, Maggie's 4, yeah. He's old enough that he can talk now and sort of vocalize the things he wants, and mostly... Oh, here we go. Mostly the hard part is getting him to respect boundaries, to accept that he can't just have things he likes. He also has to have things he needs. Like, oop. There we go. I'm trying to focus on dodging here. There we go, that went better. Yeah, getting a little bit back into the design of this game. There's obviously a lot of attention to detail in the animation, and it's not hard to find pixel art games that have a lot of fluid animation and put a lot of attention to detail in the outfit. But you can see just the little ways in which clothes rumble and fly around, respond to wind and the various forces they're throwing around. Like I said, it's just a really nice-looking game in motion. Which is ironic considering the amount of time you spend with time frozen. And they put the designs of the characters to good use with the things they have them do in the boss battles. Damn it! Ow! Yeah. One of the hardest things to do, one of the hardest lessons a parent can learn is how to tell their kid no. Because I think there's a natural instinct to sort of accommodate them. Not just for peace, but because, you know, you want to take care of your kid. You want them to have fun. You want them to enjoy themselves. But knowing when to set boundaries and knowing when to say, no, I'm sorry, I have to put my foot down, that's tricky. And I don't envy any parents that has to figure that out as they go. There we go. Alright. Easy does it. Yeah, the auto-aim thing is super handy, and it's a good idea to grab it when you can. There's a couple skills in this game that are actually quite a bit more useful than the others. Like I said, Chainsaw is selectively useful. Auto-aim, obviously, has a lot of applicability. It's a good way to just clear the room, as well as to reliably do damage on bosses that move around a lot, like Marissa here. And there's another ability later on that just throws a knife storm at the enemy, but it's mostly noticeable because it's one of the few things that gives you invulnerability frames, which is a really good way to dodge attacks that don't have a lot of time to react to. Alright, at least he does it. Got her down to a little under a quarter health, so we're actually doing pretty good. We might finish her off this time. There you go. Easy does it. There ain't no taking no precious thing this time. This is my game. Ah, fuck. Does it? Oh, shit. Okay, easy. Ow. Yeah, you basically have to juggle the difference. You basically have to juggle slowing down time with stopping time entirely, each of which has their own tactical utility and restrictions. There we go. Gotcha. This wasn't supposed to be like this. You shouldn't be able to use your powers. I don't remember saying anything like that. Damn it! Amelia tricked me. Sorry, Marissa. Nothing personal. You're pretty good for a maid. Precisely because I'm a maid. I take care of my master's enemies with all my might. I told you. I got permission. Whatever. You lost, so please be a good girl and go home. Yeah, good luck with that. Wouldn't hurt you to bring me a cup of tea or coffee. Unfortunately, I can't prepare such things in this fake world. Fine. I'll take a look around before leaving. See ya. Interesting. So there's something going on. The difference between the people that are constructed as a part of this world and the people that have been brought in. It's not a very deep or involved plot, but there are a few little late-game twists that sort of mix things up a bit, which I like. I'm going to back out a little bit. I will jump to the save where I've got the end game. Just going to show off the final boss, or the post-game final boss. That would actually be a fairly in-character thing for them to do. Like I said, a big thing about Touhou is they're often at each other's throats, but they're not really trying to kill each other. The whole thing about Danmaku is that it's a way of settling disputes without having to kill each other. So yeah, we're in some kind of Japanese garden here. And the post-final boss is none other than Reimu Hakure. And just gonna skip past this, blah 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 blah. Ultimately, this ends in a fight. I just really like the theme for this fight. And honestly, if you're gonna get one thing right in a Touhou game besides the actual gameplay, it's gotta be the music. Like with fights in tight spaces and a few other indies in that vein, it's such an integral part of what makes the games memorable and just helps so much with the game's style. Like, there are how many different remixes of Bad Apple and various other tunes. Like I said, in this fight, there's a lot of... Reimu throws a lot of projectiles at you, so it's very easy to quickly refuel. On this one, you can see we can actually bounce on our own knives. It's one of the few fights where there actually feels like kind of an even match, because she's got abilities that can also, yeah, see, freeze us as well, and she follows it up with a Talisman Whip Strike, which is a pain in the ass to deal with. So, big chunk of this fight is just staying ahead of the game, is staying ahead of her attack patterns. Alright. There we go. Right, yeah, a lot of them are based on musical renditions of the original tracks, which themselves are nice, but not particularly easy to listen to outside of the game. It's usually where the fan remixes come in that you start seeing the more interesting takes on various themes. Like I said, so much of Touhou is fan-driven. Oh, actually, dodged a fire there. Nice. And what's considered canon can often vary from one installment to the next. There's what's in the games and there's what the fans sort of add through their contributions to it. And so long as it doesn't directly contribute, it's usually considered a part of the loose cannon. But yeah, a big chunk of this is going to be dodging projectiles. And as you get further into the game, bosses start layering in more of them. Shit! I think that got me. Oof. This one's tricky, and it's actually a two-stage fight once you get down close enough. I'll see if I can get to at least the second stage, because it's kind of a doozy. Ow. Easy does it. Oop. Get this fire up. There we go. Ow, 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 ow. That didn't work. Oh, thank you, Kirby. I needed that. Fuck. Ow, ow, ow. Me no like Shocky. Ow. Damn. Forget about that, yeah. The iframe on throwing the 1,000 daggers is not absolute, so it's kind of a narrow field of protection. Easy does it. There we go. Sometimes you want to slow time to get the health boost, other times it's a little more practical to stop time. Every boss kind of has their own attack pattern, and part of the fun is figuring out how to navigate the things they throw at you while also finding ways to recover. Because as you can see, you don't have enough magic. You basically don't have enough naturally occurring magic or time gauge to finish her off. So it is a constant... necessity to refuel in combat. Easy does it. Fuck. Keep jumping right into those. Alright, we're gonna need some health here, so let's be ready to slow time. There we go. Ah, damn. Almost got it. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Ah, shit. Not enough time gauge. There. Oh, you little bitch. Come on. Let me go. Did it actually freeze while time was slowed? Damn. Interesting. Yeah, one more time. There we go. Upsy daisy. Come here, you little... Oh, shit. I saw the fire coming, too. Damn. Yes. Oof. Ow, 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 ow. If I recall right, Rima was actually the first protagonist in the series. Like I said, I think the first game was either 96 or 97, can't remember which. So it's sort of fitting that she's kind of the bonus boss here. She's one of the more consistently powerful characters in the series, and one more consistently depicted as the protagonist of whatever the game is. Alright, we got more fire incoming. So he does it. Oof, that was a close one. Getting there. Alright. Almost gotcha. If I can just get to the second phase of the fight once, I'll call it a night there. I have actually beaten the game, but like I said, the second phase is tricky. She's not exactly a slouch in this mode either. But we almost got her that time. Let's get off to a running start here. Damn it. I get a little too stop happy there. Because if you stop time while time is slowed, that eliminates the snail when you get out of it. This is PC. I bought this on Steam. It's pretty reasonable too. I think it's only like 12 bucks. Might have been when it was on sale. But honestly, yeah, I had a pretty good time with it. I would very much recommend it to PC, Xbox, and Switch. Thanks. Yeah, I would recommend it to people even if they didn't necessarily like the shoot-em-ups. You do need to be willing to engage with the systems as they are. As mentioned, I didn't find any other difficulties thing besides the default one. And there could be a bit of a learning curve at the start, and as you learn to deal with various bosses. Damn. Alright, that fucked me up. One more time. Alright, yeah, so it's not too bad. It's pretty good bang for the buck. I think it probably took me about 6-7 hours to deal with the first time, to beat the first time. Yes, he does it. There we go. Ow. Ah, that's a bad spot to get the fireballs in. Both because you want to be able to dodge them, but you need room to dodge them. Alright, we're gonna have to recharge a bit here. There we go. Watch her throw something. Here we go. Nice. Damn. Fuck. So he does it. Just gotta play defensively. Get her to start the next fire volley. There we go. It's alright, I think I can still pull this off. Yeah. Getting there, getting there. Take off another chunk. Almost got her. I want to go into the next phase with some health. Here we go. Pretty good. All right, here comes Ryumu's second phase. Difficulty rating? Good fucking luck. Now, as you can see, these things count as enemies you can pull stuff from, so you can actually get a full recharge every time they come up. And you're gonna need it, because they immediately start throwing hell at you. Yeah, a couple of the later bosses have second forms. She's one of them. She's actually got a pretty generous hitbox. The main problem is she just throws so much at you and starts doing her own ways to restrict your ability to move. That's a case where the invincibility frames help significantly, because you have stuff you either can't dodge or just don't have time to dodge. Now, once again, we need to... Fuck. Yeah, you want to be outside of that, because that's a quick way to regen in the middle of the fight. Yeah, she's basically got some kind of shrine maiden construct. I don't even know what that is. If you last long enough, she'll eventually spawn the cards again, and you can recharge even from a pretty low health. The problem is there's a whole lot of hell to dodge in the meantime. Fuck. Yeah, it's doable, but you really need to be on the ball with learning her attack patterns. But we're at about 1 minute, the 1 hour 20 mark, so that's where we'll call it. Thanks everybody for coming. I really like this game. It's really kind of a fun twist on the genre. They do some neat things with her ability to manipulate time. It's obviously a really nice looking game. Plays very well, and it's kind of like I said, it's kind of a nice game for people that don't normally get into the main games. But still engage with the franchise, and it's fun. I like it a lot. Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a good night. I'll see you next time.